What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about NIO, I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what just came out from the company itself, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO did go down 1.8% today. 435 the low, 450 the high. So it did bounce off of a very key resistance level. I'll go over that near the end of the video, but 42.5 million shares being traded, 43.5 is the average. Most of the volume did come from shorts as well as algorithmic trading, and you can kind of see that based on this. So only one transaction occurring on the secondary market above $100,000, and it was a buy for 229,000. This could be linked to shorts, so I'm going to go over what they did and stuff like that shortly. But today, no news from NIO itself, no SEC filings. A couple of things did come out indirectly though, and that is weekly registration numbers. So week ending February the 16th, there was 1,900 NIO and then 900 ONVO. So comparing it to the week prior, definitely a very big improvement, but nonetheless, this isn't going to cut it. And I think the market just was not satisfied based on this. So this is why NIO largely did go down. And then there was one other thing that's kind of floating around. I don't think it's really influencing the price whatsoever, but definitely is concerning, and it shows right here. So ONVO sales controversy escalates as former employee protests in China. So it goes to show right down here that there was essentially some text messages indicating that the company was pushing employees to place deposits for the car, essentially just misrepresenting actual sales. So that definitely isn't good. I don't know, once again, if this can be validated or how this is. I know NIO is very fast at suing the hell out of anyone that's kind of spreading misinformation. So I would assume that if this was fake, they would have shut it down straight out the gate. But this definitely is somewhat concerning. So let me know your viewpoint on that. I know plenty of other companies that have been rumored to do the same. One is even Lucid. So I covered Lucid from pretty much early stages 2021, and they used to at the time kind of indicate the number of reservations. It was again similarly rumored that they themselves just either falsified that or placed the deposits for these orders that were never fulfilled. So it's definitely a touchy kind of scenario, but let me know your viewpoint on all of that in the comments below. Moving on from this though, shorts did return 412,000 shares today. 11.57% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 154.5 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average 2.82. So again, this is where I kind of stated the fact that shorts returning 412 does essentially add buying pressure. Possibly that one transaction that did occur on the secondary market could have been linked to shorts. Just we never will find out ultimately. But shorts, even if you look back and zoom out over the last like 2 weeks, they haven't really been doing all that much. They've been slowly just keeping the status quo, which is rather odd. But then again, even today, by them returning, it kind of shows that today's pullback maybe was unjustified. Again, you can kind of dive deep into that a little bit more. But aside from all that, 2.87 million in calls, 1.5 in puts, 52% of all the options being done today were bearish in nature. And ultimately, of the call options that were purchased, you see a consensus for it to be above roughly around $5 for this week, and then $5.50 next week. So definitely there's a good sense of optimism for it to continue to move higher. And then the bears are anticipating for it to be sub $4. So still a little bit of a pullback. But like I said, only one transaction occurring on the secondary market. So hopefully more do come sooner rather than later. But aside from all of that though, with it closing at 436, it closed right below this pivot point. So 441 is going to be that next kind of point for you really want to watch for it to get over tomorrow. So the next kind of target slash resistance. 407 as of right now is going to be the next strong support. In my opinion, I kind of do tend to agree with the shorts that today was largely unjustified. So I think tomorrow you might see a quick recovery for it to trade back between this R1 and the pivot. But like I said, that $4.50 kind of range that it did bounce off of, that ultimately is close to that 50-day moving average. So again, that's going to be another kind of level of resistance that you really want to get over. And plus, aside from that though, that 450 is very much linked to options. So I'll kind of bounce back over here. So looking at the open interest, so right now you have 34,000 in open interest, or sorry, 37,000 at that 450 strike price. So both market makers and shorts have a financial interest in ensuring that NIO does close below 450, and then even more so at the 5, because there's 95,000 at the $5 strike price. So this is why I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a battle this week, but then again, that's pretty much a normal day for NIO on any day. But as of right now, some key points to really watch for is for it to close above that 50-day moving average, and that is at $4.40. Aside from that, you have the ALMA at 428, and then NIO, as of right now, it is considered rather getting to the overbought status. So potentially you might see some volatility or some consolidation, but even if we zoom out, if it does fail to get above that 50-day moving average tomorrow, then you'll see definitely more consolidation, and it is going to be pretty much piggybacking off of the exact same trend that happened right here when it ran up in December, right here at the end of December, beginning of January, right here. So it's kind of on a set plan, like it seems very laid out right here, which is rather odd. But no new analyst ratings or anything like that, as I kind of showed you right here. So last one was done 5 days ago, $5 price target, Bank of America, and then Ming, who has a 37% success rating. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. Did you buy the dip today? Did you sell? What have you been doing with NIO? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And then one final thing, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.